and fighting. I'm seeing sword fights and junk. I'm like, I'm like, man, this is a night fight for real, man. But before I ascertain a few things, let me see what BenjaminDeSouza says first, because he may cover something that I was thinking, but I don't know. Let me let him go first.
Peace, SKC. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. My mic sounds nice. I would like to come to the defense in a manner for Obsidian. First of all, as it pertains to tonight and the chaos which ensued, I would like to point out, and you can review the tape yourself, but Angry Man was the one who came in with that energy first and started levying accusations towards Obsidian first. Obsidian then in turn defended himself. I just want to point that out. Second of all, as far as the Black Manosphere 2.0 being infiltrated and imploded, it's like this. If you've ever studied the 48 laws of power and the 33 strategies of war, you would understand that isolation is death, right? All right, with that said, also there's another law, it's called holding court. And Obsidian is coming from the school of thought of holding court. He's not necessarily negotiating with other pro-blacks, B1s, scraggle daggles and whatnot. He's holding court. And by him holding court, he's attacking their talking points and taking their talking points off the table. So eventually, if there's no more pieces on the table that they can move, they got to tip their king. You see what I mean? And furthermore, as far as SYSBM is concerned, listen, and I've spoken about this on Mr. Fantastic's panel probably about a couple weeks or so ago. I almost lost my life in 2019 behind this. This really brought it full circle for me. I almost drank myself to death in the hospital in ICU for like a whole entire month behind some shit that a woman did with my child. So I'm dyed in the wool with this, but don't get it twisted. I'm with holding court. You know what I mean? I know a lot of brothers like to say, well, I don't want to go to the cookout. I don't want to do this. Listen, I'm the type of brother, I'll talk, I have a limited knowledge of physics, but I'll talk physics with you. I'll talk history with you. I'll speak about antiquity, philosophy. We can talk Descartes, a dream within a dream. We can talk all that shit. But at the same time, I'm the type of brother that, I will go to the cookout. I will play dominoes. I'll get down and shoot dice with my cousins and argue about who point that was and whatnot and all that shit. I can do multifaceted things. I don't want to isolate myself. I see what you mean about the dysfunction that comes from the, how you say, hyena clan or matriarchal clan, because I see that as well. But I'm of the mind of, I'm not necessarily negotiating, I'm holding court. And I see Obsidian holding court as well. Does that make any sense?
No, yeah.
What's the resolution, though? If you hold court, you're holding court for a resolution. What's the resolution?
Right. My resolution is to bring truth and to shine light on the untruths. Because if you allow lies to be perpetuated, because see, first a lie is said, and then the lie spreads, and then the lie gets louder, and before you know it, the entire masses believe the lie.
Yeah, we call it propaganda, but be specific in terms of what we're dealing with as black men.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I mean. Like, dude, I'm seeing from my life and people that I know, there's one source of dysfunction. Like, if I trace it back down, it's one common origin point. And when I eliminated that, dude, I took off in my life. And for guys to, I know it's hard to process it, because for some of us, it's going to be your mom, it's going to be your sister, it's going to be the girl you knew. When you really examine her, you're going to see it.
I get that, but do you see where I'm coming from
as
my motivation for holding court?
I see it. Okay. I see it, but I'm going to say this, that it's a pointless endeavor, because you can't force people to change. You can only change yourself, and they respond to that.
I'm not trying to change anybody. I'm trying to change the narrative. I'm holding court to change the narrative. A person can believe what they want to believe, but if I call you out on that, and then you have nowhere to go, and you can't really, in good faith or in good standing, run with that narrative anymore, then
which narrative in particular? Which narrative is that you have in mind?
Black men are derelict. Black men are on the down low. Black men are unemployed and don't seek higher education and skills. Those type of narratives.
Okay.
The basic narrative that all the ills within the Black community are solely on the derelict Black men or on Black men. Period.
Right.
But you realize that it's Black women who are pushing those narratives, right?
I was going to say that, right?
Absolutely. That's
exactly.
Why.
So why are we going to hold court with them? If they're the ones pushing the narratives, if they're the source of all this propaganda, why would we even hold court with them?
Because, okay, how can I put this? Because all right, it's like in chess, right? These talking points are pieces on the chessboard. And the main premise of your talking point is your king. Now, if I put my rook down there on the back line where your king is, and then I put a knight adjacent to that, and you can't move anywhere else, I got you in check. You're going to have to concede. Now,
they won't concede. That's the problem, bro. They're not conceding to anything. That's what we're trying to show you. They're not conceding, man. As far as they're concerned, we're going to push the propaganda until every single Black man drops down in the grave. They're not conceding to anything. They won't do it.
I get that. But on top of that, them not conceding, you look kind of foolish when you're just banging your head up against a brick wall. If they keep pushing this false narrative about Black men, they're essentially banging their head up against a brick wall. And the more people, and if I just come by and point and say, like, look at that fool, look at that chick right there. She's actually trying to break down that brick wall with her head. And if other people look at it and see it and be like, you know what, that is kind of stupid.
But they don't care. That's what they want to do. They want to bang their head against. They would rather bang their head against the brick wall, look stupid, rather than concede to a Black man. They don't care. Right? Bro, that's what they would rather do.
You just said you almost lost your life behind this. Your approach is dangerous because you have to get too personal with knuckleheads. This is something I'm not willing to play with my life just to save a chick that may have my same phenotype. When
I'm not trying to save them, bro. You, bro, stop right there. I gotta stop you right there.
Forget the narrative. They can say what they want to say.
No, I'm not. I gotta stop you right there because you just misspoke. You just cast aspersions on me. And I have to stop you right there. I'm not trying to save these chicks. A scraggle daggle is gonna scraggle daggle. I'm not trying to save them. Trying to.
You said change your narrative, your premise, right?
Right.
Well, okay. Baba just told you the source of the narrative, which is the scraggle.
Right.
So what are you trying to do?
I'm attacking the argument, the narrative. They're gonna keep talking their shit, and I'm gonna keep smacking it down. It's counter propaganda.
Can I interject?
Keep this. No.
Can I interject real quick, brother?
Hold on. Keep this in mind. These same scraggle daggles who are pushing this narrative, like Lonnie Love, who's on a nationwide syndicated television show talking cold cash shit about you, brother. Might I add? She's talking shit about you to other groups of women. So if I have to come in and smack down her arguments and show these other groups of women who she's trying to push this shit to, that's a good look for you, wouldn't you say?
But those other groups of women don't believe that well.
Thank you.
I mean,
they don't believe that. That used to may have worked 20 years ago, but we have the internet, brother. We have the internet. All they have to do is just click, hit the hot buttons and bow. They understand the backstory for what she's saying. They see that this lady, this whale, has got Captain Ahab as a boyfriend. So they're not going to believe that she's happy and she's coming from a good space once they click in to see what type of man she's with. Other people aren't that stupid. This is a new day, my friend. People are going to want to be ignorant, are going to choose to be ignorant, and people that are a little bit smarter than that can see through that BS.
Now, see, brother MBD, I would slightly have to disagree with you for the simple fact, and this is true with not just black women, but white women and every other group of women. They are followers by nature, and hold on, people aren't as smart as you would like to think they are. Yeah, they may be a little bit more. They might have more access to information, but at the same time, people are not three-dimensional thinkers and critical thinkers like that on average.
Okay, well, understand something. This is how I see it. Okay, if I go to China, right, I know there's like 1.2, let's just say 1.2 billion people in China, right? So let's just split it down the middle and say half of that is men, half of that is women. So that leaves us with 600 million women in China. Now, if somebody wants to diss me like Lana and said, well, you can't get all them bitches don't like you. 90% of them bitches won't even talk to you. Okay, 90% of 600 million. That leaves 10% of 600 million to one of me. That is a good deal. You're not going to get everybody. I'm not trying to get everybody. Right? I understand some people are going to believe in the bullshit. Some people is not going to believe in the bullshit. I'm trying to get to somebody who's not going to believe in the bullshit. Remember, this isn't like what happened back 50 years ago. It was worse back then than it is now. I mean, the narratives, the movies, the media, they made you look like a straight monkey back then.
Yeah, newspapers and shit.
These are King Kong. Things have changed. And brothers were still wifing up, if they wanted to, whoever they wanted. As long as, especially if you're talking about Asia and stuff like that. Even European women back in the day, cats would go to Europe and do that. And in some cases in different parts of the States. But I mean, I'm not afraid that it's going to be like this sea change and all of a sudden now it's going to dry up. I'm not hustling with that.
I hear what you're saying, and I'm gonna say this last thing, and then I'm gonna pass the mic. You remember the movie Friday, right? You remember when Pops was telling Craig why he likes to be a dog catcher?
Yes.
Well, these talking points and all that negative narrative that these women spew on us black men, that's like the dog. And every day I get up, I just want to put my foot up a dog's ass, just all day, foot up a dog's ass. You get that? So I'll pass the mic on that.
All right.
Well,
let me.
What's happening? It's BenjaminDeSouza here, the Prince. And yes, I want to talk about the 48 laws of power. What you just heard is a transgression of the law. Law number 5: protect your reputation at all costs. Now, I went back and reviewed the tape on the playback and was watching the chat and whatnot, and certain comments that popped up on the screen and shit. And I'm not even gonna say I was disappointed, because I've noticed a recurring theme here in the black manosphere, and I've seen it on. I've been how you say, I'm not gonna say I've been a victim, but I've been the target of this type of mindset, and I've seen other brothers become the target of this said mindset. What mindset am I talking about? It's the let me choose my words carefully. It's the pitchfork and torch mindset. I'll put it like that. You know what I mean? Where all of a sudden whispers come about that there's an enemy in the vicinity or a detractor in the vicinity, and everybody mobilizes against said enemy. Kind of like, with pitchforks and torches, you know? Even if some of the people who join in, and even the people who join in on this dog pile, they may even agree with some of the points that I made, but the crowd is swaying in a certain way, and they're just gonna follow the crowd. That's fine. Okay, I get it. It is what it is. My shoulders are strong enough. I can carry that. It's nothing, man. But the main point that I was trying to make during that dialogue was that, listen, I'm not negotiating. I'm not negotiating with Scraggles. I'm not negotiating with Maggles. I'm not negotiating with anybody. I'm telling them what's going on. And what really pisses me, well, I'm not gonna say it pisses me off, but it just makes me stop and just, make me give a motherfucker the gas face. Like, really, nigga, for real, is you got nameless, you got faceless avatars in the chat box. You click on their profile, you go to their channel, they ain't got no content up. You ain't never seen them on a panel. They ain't got no wins. You ain't been on these battlefields. You know what I'm saying? Like, you claim to be a warrior, but you ain't been in no battles. You know what I'm saying? You ain't stood in the motherfucking fray, mano y mano, with a detractor and challenged he or she point for point. But you want to just bust it wide open in the chat, though. Okay. Yeah. Twitter fingers. Trigger fingers turning Twitter fingers, huh? Okay. If you say so, bruh. But anyway. And that's not a shot at MBD, because he does make content. You know what I'm saying? So, and then he has hopped on panels and addressed certain detractors of SYSBM. So this isn't about him. This is for those faceless avatar motherfuckers. They don't make any content. They don't pop up on panels. Like, you don't even know what their voice sounds like. For all we know, it could be a Mongolian motherfucker over there in the Far East. It could be somebody who's not even really involved in this shit. You know what I mean? It could be a white person or something, just hopping in the chat talking shit. But anyway, the law, and I knew it was something. I couldn't think of the law. I thought of two other laws within those two works, the 33 Strategies of War and the 48 Laws of Power. I thought of two other ones, the holding court and isolation is death. But so I looked it up. I re-looked it up. And law number 5, protect your reputation at all costs. I knew it was in there. I knew what the fuck I was talking about. And it just was lost on these brothers, man. It was lost on them, I brought up a prime, recent, relevant example of why it is very pertinent for brothers like me to get on these panels and engage these motherfuckers. And why it's pertinent for brothers like Obsidian to get on these panels and engage these folks and dispel their weak ass, punk ass talking points. Because law number 5, protect your reputation at all costs, man. You know what I mean? Like, the fuck? What you think you just gonna talk amongst yourselves, not say anything to dispel any bad notions, any bad, asparaging remarks about you, and that you're just gonna be fine? just talking amongst yourselves and being quiet and not talking to anybody, and just, well, I'm just gonna show everybody that I'm just a productive citizen. Yeah. Even though this large, loud segment of people over here are saying a lot of bad things about me, I'm just gonna ignore them. Yeah. I'm just gonna keep, doing what I do. No, nigga, it don't work like that, bruh. It don't work like that. It really don't. And I'm gonna name drop real quick. This brother, and I didn't want to say it, but then when I looked at the replay and he got the popping shit, talking cash shit in the chat about me, I'm just gonna say it. And I hate to say this because I kind of liked this guy. I kind of was fucking with some of the shit that he was dropping until he started fucking shit up. And that is the Grinch God. The Grinch God P. Brother. Your big homie, Angry Man, hopped on the panel and got to levying some accusations against Obsidian. Well, Obsidian, you destroyed the Black Manosphere 2.0. Hurrah. Correction, my nigga. Correction. Obsidian made you motherfuckers sit down. Made O'Shea and you, all three of y'all sat down at the table and decided to play nice. Right? And then what happened? The Grinch is what happened. Oh yes. I seen that live stream he did, and it was very entertaining, might I add. It was. He got on there talking cold cash shit. I mean, talking about niggas was fucking with underage girls, saying that O'Shea was dealing with a particular gentleman. I'm not gonna say his name, and this particular gentleman who he allows on his platform. It has a questionable character because of his chosen occupation, and Obsidian is in on this, all this other fuck shit, and then O'Shea is on some fuck shit. And I just sat there listening to this live stream, mouth dropped. I'm talking about jaw on the floor, like. And these niggas just came and had a sit down and came to an agreement that they were all gonna play nice for the sake of the Black Manosphere. And here he comes a day, 2 days later, making an extremely disrespectful, extremely inflammatory fucking live stream. And just undermined all of that diplomatic work that was done. All of that diplomatic work went down the drain in the course of 1 fucking hour of Grinch God doing that fuck ass podcast that he did, or live stream, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. So, Angry Man, bruh, let me help you out. Hold on real quick. Let me help you out. Because you have a lot of hostility and a lot of anger towards Obsidian, and I think that your ire is misplaced. I surmise that if you take a closer look, a closer examination amongst the company that you keep, I think you may see things a little differently. Okay? All right. So yeah, this guy had the goddamn Grinch, had the motherfucking nerve and get in the chat talking shit about the prince. A fucking Grinch talking shit about your highness, the prince. Imagine that. Ain't that some shit? And the whole time, his big homie who got on the motherfucking panel calling himself getting Obsidian told for blowing up the manosphere. Whole time, he was the motherfucker who blew up the manosphere. Crazy, bro, crazy. But, you know, nothing personal. Nothing personal. It is what it is. But yeah, man, them brothers were grossly misled. Grossly. And besides, bruh, put it like this, nigga. For all you SYSBM motherfuckers listening to me, and I consider myself SYSBM whether you think I am or not, put it like this, nigga. I've been out here collecting W's. I've been out here in battles. This past month, motherfucker, if you've been paying attention to O'Shea's channel, some other Maximum Blackness channel, some other major detractors of SYSBM, nigga, I've been collecting scalps out this motherfucker. And I heard from now one of you niggas, all you motherfuckers in the chat, and a lot of you niggas on them panels too talking shit. Well, you know, there ain't nothing to talk about. We don't have to talk to them. Yeah. I mean, you know, you're trying to save them. Oh, you're trying to change their minds. Yeah. Nigga, didn't nobody say shit about saving no bitch or saving nobody, bruh. I told you, I'm attacking a narrative. I'm smacking down a narrative because I'm protecting the reputation of black men. What the fuck part of that you don't understand, nigga? Nigga, I don't even know you. I ain't seen you on that panel, nigga. I ain't seen you out here, bro. I was on O'Shea panel. Nigga went head up with Psychopathia, a lisp, dull, dumbass B1 nigga from New York, twin man, the soft, squishy, effeminate, wanna be pro-black and Taz all at the same time. The fuck you mean? Out there like goddamn Bruce Leroy with the motherfucking glow. Kick them niggas ass all up and down that stream in defense of SYSBM. Whole time, where was you at? Fuck you talking about? Went over there to Maximum Blacks channel. Hopped on a panel full of bitches. Smacked them all up. Fuck you mean? And then when Steve the Dean Williams hopped on O'Shea panel again talking cold cash shit about SYSBM, who popped up in defense of SYSBM. Yours motherfucking truly. That's who. I ain't seen you, mom. I ain't even know how. Don't question me. Man, I'm out here collecting scalps and collecting heads. I'm not, if you go back and replay them tapes, man, I'm telling them motherfuckers what it is. And George Macon, come to think about it, and George Macon, I told them niggas, look, this is what we gonna do. We gonna put it in y'all face and we gonna make this shit look good. I'm not negotiating shit. I'm telling you what it is. You can go run the tape, bruh. I mean, some of them videos, some of them streams are on private, so you might have to go through other avenues to get them, but ask SKC, he was in the building, he'll vouch, he'll take, that brother Benjamin, he's on his shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm out here, bruh. I'm out here on your behalf, promoting you. So there might be some astute brothers, some astute young brothers out there in the audience that say, man, you know what? Man, that dude Benjamin, man, he making a lot of sense with what he's saying. You know what? Let me check out this SYSBM shit. Click. Oh, SKC? Oh, okay. Click, click, click. Oh, Mad Bus Driver. Oh, okay. Click, click, click. Oh, BenjaminDeSouza. Okay. Click, click, click. Oh, King Sigma. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm kind of fucking with this. You know what? Let me take some time to digest this SYSBM thing, and then that's what it's about, is it not? But I guess if you want to transgress a major law, like not protecting your reputation, that's on you, I guess. But hey, listen, I forgive you. For all you brothers that was talking shit about me, even if you don't say sorry, brother, I forgive you. But yeah, that's all I got. Get up on that.